Top of the morning, folks. It's Kelley, your Certified Holistic Nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. How are we doing this morning? It's Friday. TGIF, you know, as we say in America, TGIF, thank God it's Friday. Thank goodness it's Friday. We're here. We made it. You know, in America, we live for the weekend. I don't know about any other country, but in America, we say TGIF because it's Friday. We get to get off on Friday. You know, we get to relax. We get to recharge. Can't wait to get off in America. TGIF. So TGIF to you. Thank God it's Friday. Thank goodness it's Friday. What's your plans for the weekend? My name's Kelley, your Certified Holistic Nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. I've been in Houston, Texas now for 11 years. Been in Texas altogether for 14 and a half years. Almost 15 years, man. I've been in Texas. I think it's time for me to move, actually. A decade and a half? Yeah, it's time. It's time to see something different. Time to see a different part of the country. But what do we talk about on these lives? We talk about all things prediabetes, gestational diabetes, type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, high blood sugar. Okay? We talk about all of that stuff. Then we answer questions. We answer a lot of questions like, is diabetes reversible? Type 2 diabetes, is that reversible? Or do you have to have high blood sugar for the rest of your life? Do you have to be insulin resistant for the rest of your life? Do you? The question is, that's the question. And the answer is, I'm going to give you the answer. It's a resounding no. You do not have to have insulin resistance. You do not have to have diabetes. Type 2 diabetes I'm talking about. Type 1 is a whole different ball game. Type 1, yeah, I get it. But type 2 diabetes, here's the thing about type 2 diabetes. It is a dietary and lifestyle-driven condition. Well, you're like, well, what do you mean, Kelley? What the hell does that mean? Like, make it make sense. Like, break it down in layman's terms. Okay. Type 2 diabetes, dietary and lifestyle-driven condition. Meaning, it was the diet and lifestyle, your diet and nobody else's diet and lifestyle, your diet and lifestyle that caused you to become a type 2 diabetic. Just like it did for me. Now, there's rare cases where you get like, steroids or some type of medication caused you to be insulin resistant. Okay, I get it. I get those cases. But most of the cases are from our own negligence. Us, me, you. What do you mean, me, you? Well, I was a person who had diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. Well, what's cool about that story is me having diabetes, heart disease, and obesity, type 2 diabetes, is that I got diagnosed this all at the very same doctor's visit. So fantastic day. It's a fantastic day. It was about 5-6 years ago. I don't even know what it was, either 2019 or 2020, one of the years. It's a fantastic day. But now I'm on the other side of it. So no more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity. Why? Because those three conditions that I just named, 1, 2, 3, diabetes, heart disease, obesity, those are all dietary and lifestyle-driven conditions. So now I don't have those anymore. How did I get rid of it? Oh, yeah. I just did the opposite of what I did before. The opposite. That's how I got rid of it. The opposite of, I changed my diet. I changed my lifestyle. And as a result, no more obesity, no more heart disease, no more obesity. Diabetes, heart disease, obesity. No more of that. Why? Don't most people say, don't they say, hey, once you get diabetes, you got type 2 diabetes, you got to have it for the rest of your life? Well, I'm here to tell you folks that that is not the case. That's not the case, folks, at all. As quickly as you got it, or as easily as you got it, you can get rid of it just as easy. Now, when I say easy to get, here's what I mean by that. I mean that to get type 2 diabetes, here's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to eat whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want. Just put in Chat GPT. Just put it in Chat GPT. You don't have to believe me. Put it in Chat GPT or put it in some type of search. How, if a person wanted to get type 2 diabetes easily, what would they have to do? You just put that in the chat and see what the answers you'll get. Here's the answer you'll get. I can guarantee. Eat whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want, for as long as you want. Don't manage your stress. Be a couch potato, and stay up all night watching just Netflix, binge watching Netflix. Just stay up all night and abandon your sleep. Just have sleep times all over the place. Drink a lot of alcohol. This is what they'll tell. This is what the answer will give you. So all you got to do is say, "Oh, okay. Well, now ChatGPT." Then ask it another question. Okay, ChatGPT. If a person wanted to get rid of their type 2 diabetes, what would they have to do? They wanted to get rid of it naturally. Just put that in. Just logical stuff. Just put it in. We live in 2025. AI is everywhere. And then AI is going to tell you, hey, the person would have to have a peaceful mind, manage their stress a whole hell of a lot better. They would have to have an active body. They'd have to get off the couch. They could not be a couch potato. Number 3, it will tell you, they'd have to start clean eating. What's clean eating? Real, whole, unprocessed foods. And then they'd have to cut out the junk food. And then they'd have to get a whole lot of great sleep, a lot of effective sleep. You don't believe me? You guys probably don't believe me. You're like, Kelley, that's baloney. Put it in right now. Put it in Chat GPT right now and see what you get. I guarantee that's the answer you will get. If you want to do it naturally. Now, if you want to do it with medication, sure. Sure, you can lower your A1C artificially. You can lower your A1C artificially with metformin. You can lower your A1C artificially, keyword, with glipizide. Sure. You can lower your A1C with a GLP-1, like things like Ozempic and things like that. Sure. You can lower it artificially, keyword. The second you stop taking that artificial stuff, guess what will happen? Who can put it in the chat? Tell me what's going to happen if you stop taking the artificial stuff to bring your A1C down. What would happen if you stop taking all of the medications? Throw it in the chat, folks. I'm not telling you to not take your medication. I'm not your doctor. I can't tell you to lower. I can't tell you to get off your medication. That's not me. But what I can offer you is a way out. It's called lifestyle first, medication second. If we cannot fix it with the diet and lifestyle first, then we go to the medication route. If we can't fix it with the diet and lifestyle first. So that's it, folks. Any questions for me? Let's see. The bad noise habits crawl back and show the truth. Okay, let's see what we got for questions. Do me a favor, folks, and bebop that screen, double tap that screen, and then share this live out with anybody that you know that is struggling with this condition. What are we talking about? Diabetes, type 2 diabetes, high blood sugars, gestational diabetes, pre-diabetes, erectile dysfunction, PCOS. Anybody that you know is struggling with those conditions, man, we're going to put an end to it today. We're going to bust all the myths today. Either you're going to love me or you're going to hate me. That's how it's going to, I'm just going to be me. I'm going to just keep it real, raw, and real talk and honest this whole conversation. Now, what do we talk about here? First thing I'm going to tell you is what we're fighting. Who is it that we're fighting? Who's the villain? Who's the bad guy in this movie? Your movie? Oh, the bad guy in your movie is insulin resistance, aka type 2 diabetes. I'm going to tell you how to fix that. That's part number 2. So what is it? Part number 1, and then part number 2 of today's live is how to fix it. Now we're here every day, Monday through Saturday. We're here every day except for Saturday. Mondays now, so we're not on Sundays and Mondays up until probably like December. But we'll be back to our normal, maybe 6 days a week then. But for the most part, we're here every day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 8:15 a.m. until noon Central Time. So do me a favor, folks. Put the word A1C in the chat. A1C 12.5.1. The bad food noise. Thank you for the advice. I listened. A1C 6. Move 6 to 5.2 in 2 months. Weight 195 to 182. Man, Ellen, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing stuff, Ellen. A1C. All right. Folks, put the words A1C in the chat. If you're curious on what it means, and also put the word new in the chat as well. If you're new to me, if you're like, yo, I never heard of you, guy, like, who are you, man? Never heard of you before, man. Show me what you know. Show me what you got. So A1C, we're going to talk all things A1C over here as well. Do me a favor, folks. Put the words A1C in the chat. I can see you over here as well. Put the words A1C in the chat. There you go. New. All right. Shout out to you. What is that? At Ron Janie Harris. Shout out to you. Yeah, a lot of new folks. A couple of new folks. All right, new. Who else is new? Anybody else new? All right, a couple of new folks. 5 years ago, I changed my eating habits. I lost 160 pounds. A1C was a 7.8 with meds. Now it's a 5.3 without. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, Ollie Doggy. You had to make some serious changes, didn't you? To get those kind of extreme results that you got, 12 point something. What'd you say? 5 years ago, you were at a 7.8. Now you're at a 5.3 without the medication. To get those kind of results, you had to make some changes in your life. Here's how. Let's do it. Let's find out how, folks. Let's find out how. I can give you the short answer. It's a long answer, but I'll give you the short answer right here. How is you're going to have to do some work. You're going to have to get outside your comfort zone. Do some work. You're going to have to get outside of your comfort zone, and you are going to have to do some work. A1C 6.6. Shout out to you, Erica. How you doing, Erica? I know you say you lost a couple of pounds. How you doing over there? Hemoglobin A1C. What the heck is it? Hemoglobin A1C. I told you we're going to find out what this thing is. And this is part one. What is it? And then how do we defeat it? That's what it is. That's what I want you to do. What we're going to uncover here. So the word hemoglobin, who's ever gone to the doctor, folks? You've ever gone to the doctor and they say maybe you're anemic, maybe you've got low iron. Who's ever gone to the doctor and they've experienced that before? Put a me in the chat if you've ever experienced that before. You go into the doctor and they say, hey, listen. They say, hey, listen, you're anemic, you've got heart disease. I mean, not heart, I had heart disease, but you're anemic, you've got low iron. Put a me in the chat. Got a couple of me's. Yep. Put a me in the chat. How iron 6.5. Okay, me. Let's break this word down, and I'm going to get back to your questions. The word hemo means iron and oxygen. So iron and oxygen-rich blood, this is what hemo means, needs to flow through every cell of your body. That's what the word globin means. So iron and oxygen, hemo. Globin means protein. So iron and oxygen-rich blood. You're like, well, what's oxygen-rich blood, Kelly? Oh yeah, oxygen-rich blood, hemoglobin, is the stuff that you breathe. Every time you breathe in and out, Try breathing in and out, folks. But here's the thing. See how long you can hold your breath. I'll go. On your mark, get set, go. How long can you hold your breath? Okay. My guess is maybe like 30 or 45 seconds. That is because you do not have enough oxygen-rich blood flowing through your cells. So you need that, aka hemoglobin. Very important stuff. So important. I'm going to tell you how important this stuff is, folks. Hemoglobin is so important that if you don't have enough of it, the doctors will actually give you a blood transfusion. If it gets low, your oxygen-rich blood, the doctors will give you a blood transfusion. That's how important this stuff is. A1C is how much sugar has actually been stuck to your hemoglobin over the past 3 months. Past 3 months, how much sugar has stuck to it? You're like, well, what the hell does that mean? Stuck. Okay, let's paint the picture. Sugar. Imagine taking a lollipop and you put it in your mouth and you're eating a lollipop. Oh, Lord, you're eating a lollipop. And then some comes out and it gets all over your finger and it gets all nasty or sticky. Or if you're drinking a Mountain Dew and it just gets all, it bursts onto your hand like the bottle just burst and there's just Mountain Dew stickiness everywhere. And it gets all over your hand. That's sugar. That same nasty feeling is the same feeling that's happening to your hemoglobin. It's a percent of sugar. Your A1C is the percent of sugar that has been stuck to your hemoglobin over the past 3 months. Like I said, it's a percent. That percent can go anywhere between 4 and 30. If you're comfortable with it, folks, do me a favor and put your A1C in the chat. What is your A1C? Throw it in the chat. Put it in the chat. If you're only if you're comfortable with it, though. Put your A1C. What's your current A1C? If you're comfortable with it. Let's see. 6.2, 7.3, 6.2, 5.7, 5.8, 7.2, 12, 6.5, 5.3, Black Dog, 6. Okay. 5.6, David, okay, 11.3, 5.8. All right, let's see. Any other ones? 5.8. What's your A1C, folks? Throw it in the chat. 5.3, 5.1, 9, 5.7. All right, a couple more. 5.8. All right, 5.8 is the last one. 5.7, 5.7, 6.3, 6.58. Okay, those numbers that you're calling out are the percentage of sugar that is stuck to your hemoglobin. Those numbers that you're calling out, 5.8, 8.8, whatever, 12.1. But the higher the percent is, the more sugar that you have stuck to your hemoglobin, which means the higher the percentage is, which means you're glycating faster. What does it mean to glycate? Well, it's a scientific word to say you're rusting. The more sugar that you have that is basically sucking the life out of, choking the life out of your hemoglobin, causes it to rust, aka age, aka another way of saying it is the higher your hemoglobin A1C number is, the faster you've got a date with the Grim Reaper. That's what that percentage means. It's not just a number, folks. So just don't take it for granted. But like, hey, you go to your doctor and don't take that number for granted, folks. Let's dig a little bit deeper into it. 5.7 through a 6.4. What does it mean when your A1C is a 5.7 to a 6.4? Can you tell me, folks? Throw it in the chat. You go to the doctor and you get your report back, 5.7, 6.4. Y'all named out some numbers right there, 5.8s, all kind of numbers you were naming. What does it mean? What does it mean, folks? Pre-diabetes, average range, okay. Pre-diabetes, pre-6.6, somebody said pre-diabetic, pre-diabetes, borderline, pre-diabetes. Okay, yeah, borderline, pre-diabetes. Yeah, that's it. Y'all hit the nail on the head. pre-diabetes. But what does that mean? That still doesn't mean anything. Like, what does it mean to be a pre-diabetic? Like, if you just talk to someone never knew what diabetes was, and you say, hey, I'm a pre-diabetic, like, what would that mean to them? Like, wouldn't mean anything. So let's find out what it means to be a pre-diabetic, folks. Okay, who can tell me what the most important hormone is in your body? There's a lot of important hormones in your body, but the question is, which one is the creme de la creme? Which one is the joker? You playing spades? Which one is the joker? Which one is the top dog? Is it cortisol? Is it testosterone? Is it estrogen? Is it insulin? Is it glucagon? Is it dopamine? Is it serotonin? Like, which one is the top dog? What do we think? Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, we got an insulin, dopamine, insulin, cortisol, any other. The most important, the top dog, the creme de la creme. Glucose, somebody says, vitamin D3 or vitamin D, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, appreciate the follow. All right, any more guesses? Okay. Low serotonin, okay. Pre-diabetes means insulin. Here's it is. Here's the victor. Insulin is the most important hormone in the body. How do I know this? It's because ask a type 1 diabetic how long they can go without their insulin. And the answer would be not for very long. Why? It's because they don't produce the hormone. They don't produce the hormone. If you do not produce that hormone, you have to use an outside source, aka insulin from the outside. A pump, or, after you eat, you got to have your insulin on standby. Why? It's because if you don't have it, you won't survive. That's how important it is. You can live without some of the other hormones. You can live without, testosterone and estrogen and all that stuff. Your quality of life's gonna suck, I'll say that, but you'll still be around. When it comes to insulin, if you do not have it coursing through your veins, you will not be around. So being a pre-diabetic means that, here's what it means. It means that you're becoming resistant to the most important hormone in the body. It just means it hasn't gotten bad yet. You're becoming resistant to the most important hormone in the body, but it just hasn't gotten bad yet. But I don't know about you, but if I'm becoming resistant to the most important hormone in the body, that cannot be a good thing. I just have to think to myself that you just got to think to yourself that cannot be a good thing. Most important hormone in the body. I told you I'm going to tell you what it is, folks. And then I'm going to tell you how to fix it. That's next. But right now, we still got to find out, what is it? What does it mean when your A1C 6.5 or higher? 6.5, like it was for me. Like when I went to the doctor and I got my diagnosis, it's a 6.5. What does it mean when yours is a 6.5 or higher? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. What does it mean, folks? Full-blown diabetic. You're right. That's it. Just like I was. Look, right here. You see that? That's called full-blown diabetes right here. That's what, 2 weeks after I took this picture, I got diagnosed with full-blown diabetes, as people were saying. That's what the number means. That's what my number was, a 6.5, folks. It was a 6.5. That's what my number got up to. But here's the thing. No more diabetes. That's a year later. I took this other picture. No more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity. All three conditions I got diagnosed with at the same time. But look at here, folks. None of that anymore. So it can be fixed, this number. But 6.5 or higher, like mine was, means that you are a diabetic. As they say, diabetes. So no more diabetes. Let's talk about how we can let's talk about what this thing really, really is. Let's sum it all up. It means your hemoglobin A1C means this. It means the higher the number is, the higher the percent is, it is the percent of sugar that is stuck to your hemoglobin. The higher the number is, it means the more insulin resistant you are becoming. Which, if you're insulin resistant, which insulin being the most important hormone in the body, the more resistant that you are, the more in danger you are, the more you're in the danger zone, the higher the number is. Because that means you've got more sugar that's stuck to your hemoglobin. Remember what we said hemoglobin was? Oh yeah, we said hemoglobin was the most important stuff that there is. It's literally the air, the oxygen that you breathe is hemoglobin. Every time you breathe in and out, hemoglobin. That sugar is literally affecting your hemoglobin, which is causing you to rust, which is causing you to age, which is causing you to glycate a whole hell of a lot quicker. That's why people leave this earth, 15, 20 years too soon, like my sister did. My sister passed away at the age of 55 years old due to complications from too much sugar being stuck to her hemoglobin. So this is what it means, folks, to be a diabetic. It is one of the most serious conditions that there is. Because when insulin is thrown off, literally everything else in the body is thrown off. Like I said, it's the king of kings. It's the creme de la creme. So if the master hormones messed up, all the other hormones have just got to get into place. Like they'll fall in line. Like those hormones that you talked about, thyroid hormones, all those hormones are important. But the most important hormone is insulin. And diabetes means you are resistant to that most important hormone in the body. People are like, well, hey, why does it? I get the question all the time. Well, why is it that a type 2 diabetic has to take insulin? Why do I have to give more insulin? I mean, why do I have to get prescribed insulin? Well, if a type 1 diabetic, they're insulin dependent. They have to get prescribed that for the rest of their life. That they're dependent on insulin from the outside. A type 2 diabetic is insulin resistant. Now, there's a difference between insulin dependent and insulin resistant. Insulin resistant says that you've got too much insulin. So what you're doing when you're adding more insulin from the outside is you're kind of playing a version of like bully ball. You ever watch the NBA? You ever watch Shaquille O'Neal in his prime? The guy played bully ball. Like he'd get in the paint and he's just like and just dunking on everybody. The dude was unstoppable. Shaq. Bully ball. That's what you're doing when you inject more insulin. You get prescribed more insulin if you're a type 2 diabetic. It's because you're already resistant to it. So you have to give yourself more insulin to try to override the cells, to try to force the cells to open up. That is the job of insulin. The job of insulin is to open up the cells so that the energy from the food that you just ate can go into the cell. But if insulin can't do its job, it's resistant. Okay, now what are we getting? We can do this, guys. Throw in some reinforcements. Let's bring in more insulin. Oh, the cell's not going to open up. Okay, bring in more insulin. It's kind of like you're playing a big bad wolf. It's like I'm going to huff and I'm going to puff and I'm going to blow your house down. That's what you're doing when you get prescribed more and more insulin, when you're already resistant to it. It's kind of like, would you prescribe someone who's an alcoholic more alcohol? No, they've got too much. So you got to get them off of it so that their tolerance can go down. You ever notice that if you stop drinking for about a month and then the very first drink that you have, you're like, whoa. But before it took you a whole 6-pack to get like, woo. Now, after a month of not having any alcohol, it only takes you one drink and you're whoo. It's the same thing that's happening with your insulin. If you've got too much of it, you got to lay off the stuff that's causing you to have high insulin, aka your lifestyle, aka the foods that you're eating, aka how you're sleeping, aka how you're managing your stress, these triggers. This is what's really causing your blood sugar to go up. This is what's really causing you to be insulin resistant. So folks, this is what it means. This is what hemoglobin A1C means. This is the overall picture. In a nutshell, it means the higher the number is, the more insulin resistant you are, which means the more sugar you've got stuck to your hemoglobin, which means the faster you're basically digging a grave with your teeth, the faster you're checking out of here. If you've got plans of hanging out with friends and family and all that stuff in the future and walking your kids down the aisle, if you've got a high A1C, you better check you need to stop playing and get to work right now, because the red lights are going. Your check engine light's been on for a long time. And you've been covering up the check engine light with a cue card. You've been covering up the check engine light. I don't want to cover them. You can cover it up with medication. You can cover up that check engine light with glipicides and metformins and all that stuff. GLP-1. You can cover up the check engine light for a little while, for some years actually in the human body, because the human body is super resilient. But what you really got to do is you really got to go take it to the mechanic. You really got to go take it to Firestone. Let Firestone work on it for you. Meineke or somebody. Let them work on the check engine light. It's the same thing that's going to happen to you. Your check engine light is on. You've got to take it. You can cover it up, like I said, with the medication, but you've got to take it to the real mechanic, which is lifestyle medicine. Lifestyle first, medication second. You cannot fix it with the diet and lifestyle first, just like I did. People ask me all the time, Kelley, how'd you do it? How did you do it, man? How'd you do it, bro? How'd you do it? They asked me that. Here's the picture. How did you do it? How'd you lose all the weight? How did you reverse the diabetes? How did you reverse the heart disease? How did you do it, man? Get my A1C back to the ideal range. How did I do it? It's called doing the work. It's called showing up, doing the work, doing it again the next day. What is the work? That is what I'm going to teach you next. What the work is. It is called lifestyle medicine. It is the most neglected form of healing that there is, folks. But it's the most powerful form of healing that there is. So when people ask me, what did I take? That's what I took. I took the most powerful form of healing that there is. But most people will neglect to do it because it will take them outside of their comfort zone, like way outside of it. So they will refuse to do it. So folks, if this is making sense to y'all on what a hemoglobin A1C is, I want y'all to put a health yes in the chat. I'm going to talk about how to fix it right now, but I want you to put a health yes in the chat. If this is making sense to you, health yes. If you understand what it means to have a high hemoglobin A1C, put a health yes. Let me see. And then put a new in the chat, folks. If you're new to me, folks, if you're new, put a new in the chat. My vision, my blood, yeah, no doubt. 5.3 A1C. Okay, that's the ideal range. That's what we're trying to get to. Let's talk about that. Health, yes. We got a lot of health yeses in the chat. Got a lot of health yeses in the chat. Here it is also. Ooh, a lot of health yeses. Yes, and I'm new. I'm new. Shout out to my new folks. Shout out to my new folks. A couple of more new folks just came in. Here we go, folks. Check it out. If you're new, very first thing that you got to do is you got to understand and learn your diabetes management style. Like, how have you been managing this number? You've been doing a great job managing this number. You've been doing a terrible job managing this A1C number. Well, let's find out. And this quiz is going to tell you how to get there. How to, this quiz, folks, right here. You're on TikTok, right here. It's a 2-minute quiz that you can take. If you're on my other socials, it's right here as well. It's that link, that's link in my bio. It's linked in my bio right here. You'll see that link in my description. You click on that link, folks, and that link right here is for the quiz. It is a 2-minute quiz that you can take to understand and learn your diabetes management style. Have you been doing a great job managing this number? You've been doing a terrible job managing this number? Yeah, a lot of good stuff on that quiz. So go take that quiz. It's a 2-minute quiz. Which team are you on? And then here's a lot of freebies on there as well. This folks is like Disney World. There's a quiz, there's a masterclass, free masterclass. All you got to do is pay attention. That's all you got to pay is attention. Right here, free masterclass, 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That's for people who are seriously ready for serious change. If you're ready for serious change, if you're ready to take this number seriously and get off of that blood sugar roller coaster, then you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, because your A1C, this number, it ain't going to drop by itself. So if I were you, I'd join that challenge. Let's see, 5.8. I definitely need to get mine down. A1C 14, just had 2 heart attacks because of diabetes. Yeah, diabetes is no joke, folks. Type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance is like the illest number that it's the most serious condition that there is. Bree, you can check me out on all the other socials. There's folks over there as well. Go check me out over there. All the other socials, I'm there as well. You name it. Starts with YT, all that stuff. I'm 6.4, 7, 8 years now, 6 years. Okay. Here we go. How do you fix this thing? Now that we know what it is, the next thing is, what are we trying to do? What are we trying to do, folks? We are trying to bring this number to the ideal range of 5.3. Put a me in the chat if you'd like to have your A1C at a 5.3. Put a me in the chat. Throw to me. Put the words like me. I want my A1C at a 5.3. Put a me in the chat if you would love to have your A1C there. Put a me in the chat. Yeah, big me's. Big me. Did you know? Okay, me, I want it. Okay, I want it. How bad do you want it, though? A lot of people don't want it bad. A lot of people that say they want it. But I'm going to test you today to find out how bad do you really want it. Is that okay? Is that okay? Can I test you today? Can I find out how bad you really want this thing? If you say that's what you want, real bad. Can I test you? Can you give me permission? Can you give me permission to take the gloves off? Can you give me permission? Cool. It's okay. All right, cool. Let's get into it then. Thank you for saying that. Let's get into it. There is only one way that I know of. I'm going to say that I know of, that will get your number to a 5.3. And it's called, here's the thing. I can't prescribe you this medication. Your doctor can't prescribe you this medication. Your mom, your spouse, and nobody can prescribe you this medication. Your doctor, nobody. Only person that can prescribe yourself this medication is you. You are the only person on this planet that can prescribe yourself this medication. It is the most powerful form of healing that there is, but it's the most neglected form of healing that there is. Lifestyle first. Write this one down, folks. Jot this one down. It should always be lifestyle first, medication second. Jot that one down. I'm going to throw another part on it. We cannot fix it with the diet and lifestyle first. Okay, then we can talk about the medication. So to get your number back to a 5.3, the ideal range, here's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to master this formula. You're going to have to prescribe yourself this. You can take all the glyphosides. You can take all the medication that you want. You can take medication, folks, until you're blue in the face. But until you master these areas of your life, you're just going to be going on a merry-go-round. Peaceful mind. That's what it is. Having a peaceful mind. To get your number back to a 5.3, you're going to have to maintain your pace. The first part of it is having a peaceful mind. Cortisol. Woo! Cortisol, stress is the most, will set you back the most. It will cancel everything out. You could be working out like a savage. You could be eating good. You could be doing all of this stuff. But if you're stressed, folks, if you're not properly managing your stress, if your job's getting on your nerves, your mom's getting on your nerves, you're just constantly stressed, that causes your blood sugar to shoot up. Why? It's because that's your fight or flight response. It tells your body to get ready for a fight, stress. And when you're stressed, you release adrenaline and cortisol. When you release adrenaline and cortisol, now you're releasing stored blood sugar from your liver. Now, where blood sugar goes, insulin follows. Isn't that crazy how it works, folks? Stress. You didn't know that stress had such a big, huge impact. I didn't know. I thought that when people would tell me, hey, Kelley, I'm stressed out. That's why I can't lose the weight. That's why I can't, my blood sugar will go down. I used to be like, man, that's bogus. Until I became a health coach and I realized that that's not bogus. That's real stuff. Stress. Here's the thing about stress. You cannot control what's going on in the outside world. You can't control the traffic. You can't control your parents. You can't control the weather. You've got control over your mind and not outside events. The second you realize that is when you'll gain great power, folks. So peaceful mind is very, very important. What's the prescription? Each of these areas has a prescription. Here's the prescription for peaceful mind, stress management. The 3 M's. Meditation, mindfulness, meet with your therapist. Meditation, mindfulness, meet with your therapist. Those are the 3 M's. 1, 2, 3. Meditation, mindfulness, meet with your therapist. That's the prescription in peaceful mind, the P. Okay, so stress management, very, very, very important. Okay. Everybody said that they want to get their number back to a 5.3. Did you know, folks, fun fact, did you know that everybody has the ability to do this? Get their number to a 5.3? It's a fun fact, and I'm going to prove it. The next part of the lifestyle medicine formula, the freedom formula, as I call it, is having an active body. Well, what kind of active body? What you mean active body, folks? Kelley, well, activity has been part of our prescription for like 1,000,000 years, but we often fail to cash in on it due to comfort. We want to stay inside of our comfort zone. People ask me all the time, like, yo, Kelley, is it possible for me to be allergic to activity? And I say, no, it is not possible for you to be allergic to activity. That is because activity has been part of our prescription for 1,000,000 years. But we failed. There was no Netflix when human beings were created. But being active, moving your muscles, and being active, if you have high blood sugar, folks, moving your body is one of the most important things because muscles are hungry. They're going to soak up all of the glucose, all of the excess blood sugar. Muscles will soak it up. They're hungry for it. They're like Pac-Man. They love it. So that's why they tell you to go for a walk after you eat. Go for a walk. Go move your body. It's because it's going to get all soaked up. All the muscles are going to soak it all up, especially when you go hit the weights. Oh, when you're hitting the weights, when you're strength training, wow, you're talking about using some glucose because you're straining those muscles and tearing those muscles, getting them strong. That takes more and more and more glucose. Calf muscles soak up a lot of sugar. They do. That's exactly what you can do. You don't have to go out and be a world-class athlete. After you eat, you can just sit there and at your desk at the office and do like some calf raises at your desk for like 10 minutes. Boom, just doing some calf raises. Soaking up a whole heck of a lot of blood sugar. It's just like a big old sponge. Pac-Man. So muscles are hungry for the same stuff that you've got too much of. Isn't that crazy? So here's the prescription. I said in each of these areas, there's a prescription. In the A, it's 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week of moderate intensive movement. Write that one down, folks. Grab your pen and pad and jot it down. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week of moderate intensive movement. Well, what's moderate intensive movement? Think of it like this. If you're on a treadmill, it means that you can talk, but you can't sing. La, 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 la. You can sing. That means you ain't hitting it hard enough. It means you need to pick up the pace. So you can talk, but you can't sing. It's kind of like that little gray area. That's what moderate intensive movement means. That it's like if you're on the treadmill, it's like I can sing, or if I tried to sing, it'd be a problem. I can still talk, but if I tried to sing, it'd be a problem. That little area right there, that gray area, that is called moderate intensive movement. Do that 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, moderate intensive movement. Check it out. 5 days a week, you still get weekends off. Just like today's Friday, TGIF, you still get weekends off. Now the C is probably one of the most controversial pillars that there is. But here it is. Jot this one down too. I want you guys to get your number to a 5.3, which everybody has the ability to do. Here's what I want you to jot down. Just if you don't remember anything that I say from this whole live, just like, yo, what did he say about blah, blah, blah? Write this one down. I promise you, it will change your life. When the diet is wrong, medication is of no use. But when the diet is correct, medication is of no need. I'm going to say that one more time just in case you didn't get to write it down. Like I said, if you don't remember anything that I tell you from this whole entire life, you never heard of me before, seen me or whatever, never seen me ever again in life, you say, if I want to get my number back to a 5.3, when the diet is wrong, medication is of no use. But when the diet is correct, medication is of no need. Yeah. Clean eating. Eating is the most controversial topic, pillar that there is. You want to prove it? Here it is. Folks, pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie? Throw it in the chat. Pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie? Which one is it? Pumpkin or sweet potato? Thanksgiving is right around the corner. Are we doing pumpkin pie or are we doing sweet potato pie? Come on now, folks. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Sweet potato. Okay. Got a sweet potato. Sweet potato. Sweet potato. Let's see. Sweet potato. Okay. Let's see. Pumpkin. Neither. Sweet potato. Man, sweet potato has been dominating. Neither. Let's see. Pumpkin. Neither. Yam here. Okay. All right. Appreciate the follow. Yeah, okay. It can go either way. It can go either way. Pumpkin or sweet potato. Sometimes it's sweet potato for the win. Sometimes it's pumpkin for the win. Lately, it's been sweet potato that's been dominating. But I say all that to say it can get pretty controversial. Nutrition, food, is up there with highly debated with politics and religion. Highly debated because there's so many different points of views. So you can just go down a rabbit hole. So here's what I recommend. Here's the prescription. Eat real, whole, unprocessed foods as much as you possibly can. Predominantly real, whole, unprocessed foods as much as you possibly can. Something that was once was grown, something that had from a branch, from a leaf, or from the ground, or something that once had dirt on it. Think of it that way. Something that once had dirt on it. And leaner sources of protein. So let's examples of those things. Fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, whole grains, legumes, aka beans, and leaner sources of protein. Whatever protein you prefer. Like I said, it's super controversial. Right? Whether it's this diet, that diet, it's endless. So here's what I recommend. Here's a leaner. So whatever protein you prefer, just make sure it's the leaner protein sources, like chicken, turkey, fish, things like steak, eggs, tofu, tempeh, from a plant-based folks. So I'll say all that stuff again. What's the prescription? Eat predominantly real, whole, unprocessed foods. Do you have to be perfect? You do not have to be perfect. It's what you do most of the time that matters the most. So if you're clean eating most of the time, there's no such thing as a cheat meal. People ask me, hey Kelley, well, what about a cheat meal, bro? There's no such thing as a cheat meal. It's what you do most of the time that matters the most. Now that's the clean eating. We'll come back to eating, but eat real, whole, unprocessed foods: fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, whole grains, legumes, beans, chicken, turkey, tofu, tempeh, salmon, steak, eggs, TVP, texturized vegetable protein, like whatever works for you. We're staying away from the processed foods, things like bacon and salami and all the deli meats. Now that's the section you want to stay away from. Right? The cheese, you want to stay away from that section. The dairy, stay away from that section. That's not clean eating. All right. We'll come back to clean eating. Don't worry. That's a big topic. But the last part of the lifestyle medicine formula, folks, to get your numbers to a 5.3 is having some effective sleep. It's the last part of the lifestyle medicine formula. Potato chips and cheese are not clean eating, folks. Depends on the kind of potato chip. You can get some better quality potato chips, but most of the potato chips out there are going to go in the crap category. But back to the E, effective sleep. You people are like, well, what does sleep got to do with anything, Kelley? Well, sleep got to do a whole hell. When I talk to people about diabetes, type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, people are like, and their A1C, people are like, well, what does sleep have to do with anything, Kelley? Well, sleep has a hell of a lot to do with a whole hell of a lot. Because if you don't get a whole hell of a lot of sleep, 6 to 9 hours is the prescription. We talked about the prescription. 6 to 9 hours of effective sleep is the prescription in the E. Sleep, if you don't get enough effective sleep, 6 to 9 hours, that causes your body stress. Because sleep is when your body restores itself. Sleep is when your body regenerates itself. You want to know which organ uses the most energy when you sleep? It's your brain. Your brain, when you sleep, is a freaking energy hog. It's just like, remember how I said earlier how the muscles love blood sugar? Shoot, at nighttime, man, your brain loves blood. It's like blood and nutrients and blood sugar, and it's an energy hog. And if you're not able to restore yourself, the very next day, you're going to wake up groggy, and you're going to wake up the very next day hungry. You're going to wake up the very next day more insulin resistant. more insulin resistant. You're like, how can that happen, Kelley? How can a night of poor sleep, one night of poor sleep, cause me to be more insulin resistant the next day? Okay, check it out. If you don't get enough effective sleep, it causes a domino effect. Like I said, people come to me all the time. They'll be like, hey, Kelley, listen, man, I'm working out. Hey, Kelley, listen, man, I got the A right. I'm working out. I'm good there. I got the C right. Every once in a while I slip up, but I got the C right for the most part. But I was like, okay, then like I'm not losing any weight. The numbers in the scale's not going down. My blood sugar's still high. Then I say, oh, okay, well, let's dig into your sleep. How you sleeping? Well, okay. I was like, whoa, let's not pass over that. That lack of sleep could ruin the whole thing. Here's how. Poor sleep is a stressor. When you get stressed, it causes the peaceful mind to get triggered. The non-peaceful mind. Your peaceful mind goes out the window. Let me say that. The lack of sleep because it's a stressor. And then remember what we said, what happens when you get stressed? Oh yeah. Your body releases adrenaline, your body releases cortisol, your body releases stored blood sugar. And when blood sugar goes, guess what follows? Oh yeah. Insulin. Where blood sugar goes, insulin follows. Let me close this window. Where blood sugar goes, folks, insulin follows. Isn't it crazy? That's crazy. That is how you can get your number back to the ideal range, folks. It's getting all of this stuff in check. It's a big circle. Maintaining, you just got to maintain your pace. You don't have to be perfect. You fall off for a little bit. You get yourself right back on and start maintaining your pace every day. What are you doing today? I'm maintaining my pace. This is what I ask all of my clients. How you maintaining your pace? Because the answer to getting your number to a 5.3 is in one of these areas. It's in one of these areas. It's just a big circle. A1C, 5. Here's the prescription. Here's the whole thing. I'm going to sum it all up. To get your number to a 5.3, classes in session, folks. Write this one down. This is the creme. This is the grand finale. To get your number to a 5.3, you've got to prescribe yourself these meds. What are the meds? Oh yeah. The meds is maintaining my pace. Okay, well, let's dig into the meds. Peaceful mind, the 3 M's, right? Remember that prescription? Active body, okay. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Clean eating, okay. Clean, whole, unprocessed foods, yeah. Effective sleep, oh yeah. And then there's a honorable mention area as well. It's called substance abuse. Alcohol, folks, is not your friend. If you're suffering from insulin resistance, you want to get your number back to a 5.3, folks. Alcohol is not your friend. It's not. It ain't your friend. Cigarettes is not your friend if you're suffering from insulin resistance. Now, there's forms, like when I say substance abuse, I mean things like medications as well. There's medications that can cause you to become insulin resistant, things like steroids, right? Those are some unfortunate cases where steroids, cause you to be insulin resistant. And I get it. But if you're suffering from insulin resistance, I can promise you, folks, alcohol is not your friend. So that's it. It's just a big old circle. Big old circle. Now, everybody has the ability to do this. Everybody has the ability to get their number to a 5.3. I asked you guys earlier, I said, do I have permission to put you all through a little test? Put you all through a little test. If this is making sense to y'all, folks, on what, here we go. If this is making sense to y'all on what it is that you have to do, put a health yes in the chat. To get your number to a 5.3, put a health yes in the chat. This is what you got to do. This is the medication that you got to prescribe to yourself. Somebody said, well, what are the 3 M's? Meditation, mindfulness, meet with your therapist. Those are the 3 M's. Health, yes. Okay, health, yes. Health, yes. Health, yes. Okay, this is making sense. Yeah, that's it. That's a great one. Your love, number 1 substance abuse is food, aka processed food. That's a good one. It's a very good point. Health, yes. Okay. Makes sense what you got to do to get your number back here, get your energy back. Okay. All right. Now, the game is about to begin, folks. Here it is. It's a real game. Like I said earlier, everybody has the ability to do this. Most people just don't want it as bad as they say that they do. And I can prove it to you. I can prove it to you that everybody has the ability to do this, but most people just don't want it as bad as they say that they want it. Because a lot of people said that I want it bad earlier, like I want it bad. A lot of people said it. The question is, how bad? I can prove it to you that everybody can get their number here. If you want to know how, put the word how in the chat. How can you prove? Put it in the chat. How can you prove that everybody has the ability to do this? Put it in the chat. This is what you got to do. But throw it in the chat. How? Okay. You want to know how? Let me see. Oh, we got a lot of hows there. Got a lot of hows there. All right. Had to drink some water on that one because I'm getting warmed up. Here's how. Everybody has the ability to do this. I know this 100%. But most people just don't want it as bad as they say they do. Here's how. Let's just say it's a hypothetical situation. Let's just say you're in a movie. Let's just say this is like something out of a horror movie. This is a whole hypothetical stuff. This is not real, folks. But let's just say you've seen the stories of people have gotten their A1C back to a 5, or gotten their reverse diabetes. So I know you guys have seen those stories. These are real stories. So you know it's possible. You can too. If someone kidnapped your kids, or they took your kids and they held your kids for ransom, and they say, listen, the bad guys call you up on the phone, and you're like, oh, this is in the movie. Oh, no, you took my kids. And the bad guy's like, yeah, we want something from you. You're like, what do you want? Just so they have my kids back. Like, we want you to get your A1C to a 5.3. The faster you get your A1C back to a 5.3, that's when we'll give you your kids back. Okay, this is the ransom. And then they'll say the stipulation is this, but you cannot use medication. You cannot use medication. Click. This is a movie, folks. How many people, just please speak freely, how many people would do whatever they could in their power? They'd go to work on these areas of their life. I mean, they go to work so freaking, woo! Would they go to work? You talking about putting in work? It wouldn't even be funny, the kind of work that you be putting in to get your number to a 5.3, because you know that it's possible. You know that many other people have done it. So, folks, did I not say that I would prove it to you? Who would do whatever in their power to get their kids back? Not a lot of people were chiming in. Who would do everything in their power to get their number back to a 5.3? And they do it so fast that it wouldn't even be funny. Put a me in the chat if you do everything in your power to get your little ones back from the bad guys. It was a trick question, folks. I tricked you. It was a trick question. Look, I tell you, I got the Martin shirt on. I love to play jokes. You just proved that everybody has the ability to do this, but most people just don't want it as bad as they say that they do. But here's the catch, though. Here's the flip part of that. That was a made-up scenario with the kids and all that stuff. But this is a real. That was a made-up scenario. But I'm gonna give you a real scenario. If you do not get your number back to this ideal range or where it needs to be, if you continue to keep your A1C high at 12, 14, 15, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever. If you continue to keep that number high, probably most likely in the very near future, you will not be here for your kids. When your kids need you the most, you will not be here for your kids. This is a real life game, folks. That was a made up scenario I gave you with the bad guys taking your kids. But this game is real. So the only way, folks, that you're going to get your number to a 5.3 and keep it there, because the closer your number is to that 5.3, the more years you've added back to your life. The higher the number is, the more years you've subtracted from your life, like big numbers, like 20 years. Like I told you, my sister passed away at the age of 55 years old 2 years ago from complications of diabetes. So if this is making sense to y'all, folks, on what you got to do, put a health yes in the chat. If you have not health yes in the chat, let me see if this is making sense. Let me see if this is making sense. This is making sense to y'all, folks. Is it making sense to you now? Put a yes in the chat if it's making sense to you now that everybody has the ability to do this. I want to make sure that we're clear. Is everybody clear that everybody has the ability to do this? Put a yes in the chat if it's clear that everybody has the ability to do this. Yes. I'm glad that it's clear, folks. I told you I tricked y'all. I like to play tricks, mind tricks on you. My apologies, folks. But here it is. I got answers for you. I got answers. I got answers for you. I'm just not up here talking. I got answers for you. How you get there? How to get there? Here it is. Here's how you do. You want it, folks. You want to go take the quiz. Here it is. Click right here. Click on my picture again. So click here. Click on my picture again. And you're going to come here. You're going to come here. Boom. Click that link right there. You see that link, folks? If you're on my other socials, it's right here. Click that link in my description. But here it is. Here's the quiz. It's a 2-minute quiz that you can take to understand and learn your diabetes management style. Go take that quiz, folks. It's going to take you 2 minutes. It's a free quiz. The next one is the masterclass, the 45-minute free masterclass. You want to know more about this formula, the peaceful mind, the tactics, the prescription in each of these areas. Peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. Man, go register for go register for that masterclass. It's a free masterclass, absolutely free. Put on by me. You see me? I'm orchestrating it right there. Okay, I'm orchestrating that. So that is the masterclass. It's absolutely free. All you got to pay is attention. But here's the thing: for folks who are ready for serious change, they say, "Listen, Kelley, I need help maintaining my pace, man. I don't know where to start. Like, you gave me the concept, but I don't know where to start, man. Where do I start?" Here's where you start. You start in this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. This link, folks, like Disney World for diabetics. All the stuff. The 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. What is it? It is a nutrition blueprint that says if you follow this blueprint, which almost 300 people have joined this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It is for people who are ready to take control of their blood sugar. People who are ready to get off of that blood sugar roller coaster. People who are ready to escape the endless pit of more and more medications. If you're tired of being tired, then this is going to be your move. The 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It's a nutrition blueprint. You follow that blueprint, folks. There have been people who have taken their A1C from an 8 to a 6 in 14 days. 2 points. They've dropped their A1C in 14 days. You've seen the stories. These people are super serious with it. Someone took their A1C from a 7.1 to a 5.7 in 14 days. The person who went from an 8 to a 6, Jazzy, the doctor took her off all of her medications, the GLP-1s, the metformins. After 2 weeks, folks. That's how dedicated. When you want it that bad, people, when you want extreme stuff, you want some extreme results. Guess what? You're gonna have to do something extreme. You're gonna have to do some extreme stuff. You want extreme results, you're gonna have to do extreme stuff. And the 14-day challenge, something extreme, but in a good way for your nutrition. Now it's $99 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. But if you use that live discount code ENERGY, that is the live discount code ENERGY, you're joining the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge for $79. You join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. You use that discount code ENERGY. Like I said before, the 14-day challenge is for people who are ready for serious change, where they've gotten to the point where they're like, listen, change isn't just desired, folks. I don't just desire this change. It's downright necessary. If that's you, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you keep saying like, yo, listen, if you've been saying like, I'll start on Monday and it's Friday again, well, the 14-day challenge is your new day one. That's it. Right here. What you get, everything. $99 join that challenge. Use that discount code ENERGY. You join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge for $79 to join that challenge. Shout out to. So that is what the 14-day challenge is all about. Which link isn't working? I don't know why I just said doesn't link. You're talking about which link isn't working. All the links are working. Let's see. Let's prove it. Let's see. Let's see if the link isn't working. Not sure which link you're talking about. Check it out. Here's the links. Here it is. Here are the links right here. Let's see. Let's see if they're working. Boom. All right. Let's see. There's all the stuff are. Here's all the goodies are, folks. Quiz is working. Boom. Let's see. Masterclass. We're there. All right. And the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. This is the big one. Yeah, they're all working. They're all working. Let's see. Yeah. Anybody else having that issue? They say the link isn't working, but the links are working. Okay, somebody said the links are working. Yeah, the links are working. There you go. Go register for that quiz, folks. Go at least go do something. It's time to do something. It's time for us to like take some action. Here's what I mean by that. If you're gonna do it, do it. You might not be able to do all you find out, but here's the thing. You should find out all you can do. I'm going to say that again. If you're going to do it, do it. You might not be able to do all you find out, but you should find out all you can do. And one thing that I know that you can do, one of the things I know that you all can do is get your number back to a 5.3. Is you just don't have enough reasons. If you've got enough reasons, you can do the most incredible things. People who have joined this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, almost 300 people have joined this challenge. For the people who have joined that challenge, those people have enough reasons. They have real reasons. So reasons come first, answers come second. They'll figure out the answers later. If you've got enough reasons, if you're waking up every day and say, listen, I'm tired of the blood sugar roller coaster, man. I'm tired of every day pricking my finger and waking up and like, yo, the meter is scary. Like if the numbers on the meter are scarier than your bills, then the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is calling your name. What are we doing in that challenge? We're just talking about all things C, the clean eating. The 14-day challenge, it's just all about clean eating. That's all we got time for. It's clean eating. It's clean eating. All right, let's get to your questions, folks. Any questions? Let's get to the questions. Any Q&A, any questions on what it is that you got to do. We're going to dive deeper into, like I said, clean eating is going to be coming up next. But any questions on anything that you got to do related to this area? Any questions on anything? The 14-day challenge, the quiz, any questions on that? I'm telling you, folks, you want to take advantage of this live discount code. If you're if you say, listen, all I've been doing with the last 5 years, if you fast forward 5 years from now, and if nothing changes, what do you think is going to change? The only thing that's going to change is your prescription. That's the only thing that's going to change. What about beets? Is any good for it? Yeah, beets are great. Beets are great. Like I said earlier, I know I answered this question yesterday about beets. Beets are great because they have a lot of nitric oxide in them. Opens up your blood vessels, makes you able to take in more oxygen. Beets are incredible for athletes. If you're an athlete, beets are incredible. Take a beet juice about 60 to 90 minutes before you exercise. You'll notice that you'll have an amazing workout. Why? It's because your cells are opened up and you're allowing more oxygen to come in. So yeah, beets for diabetics are great, folks. They're great. Let me get some water. Any other questions before we flip the tides? And we start talking about all things clean eating. All right, no questions. All right, let's get to it. It's making sense. Now it's making sense on what it is that you got to do. See if I missed any questions. I try to get to all the questions. I can't get to them all, but there's always a lot. Okay. All right. No questions. Let's shift gears a little bit, folks. And let's start talking about eating. Remember, I said that there's a lot. I didn't say this, but I'm going to say it again. There's a lot of things that could be hurting your health. There's a lot of things that could be hurting your health, but it's predominantly what you're eating. You need help with that eating, you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you say, Kelley, I don't know anything about clean eating. I don't know where to start. My blood sugar has been high for many, many years. If that's you and you don't know where to start on clean eating, join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Use that discount code ENERGY. You'll join that challenge for $79. You join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. But now let's shift gears a little bit. Let's dive more into this clean eating plate. Folks, who hates whenever they say, we need you to lose 50 pounds. We need you to lose 100 pounds. But to do that, we're going to need you to count your calories. We're going to need you to count your calories, folks. We're going to need you to weigh your food. We're going to need you to do all of that. Like, who hates doing that? Put a me in the chat. If you hate counting the calories, if you hate weighing the food, if you hate doing all of that stuff, put a me in the chat. Put a me in the chat if you hate doing all that. I hate counting calories, y'all. Y'all, you hate it. What if there were a different way? What if there were a different way? This is all part of the prescription, folks. This is all part of the prescription. This is all stuff you got to prescribe to yourself. We're still talking about all things A1C and how your A1C won't drop by itself. Now, when it comes to things like losing weight, things of that, you know, it's like, man, I want to lose the weight. I want to, all of this stuff. But you're like, I don't know how to do it. I don't like counting the calories. Introduce the clean eating plate. What if there were a different way to do it instead of counting all those calories? See, this is what I've been doing. This is what I've been doing for the past, I don't know, what, 4 years? Like, I ain't gained the weight back. Look at this. This is the way I've been eating. I ain't gained none of the weight back. Show you these if you're just joining us. I didn't gain any of the weight back. People are like, Kelley, well, why ain't you gaining any of the weight back, bro? You ain't gained none of the weight back. Look at that. Look at all the weight. Look at that. That's called diabetes, obesity, and heart disease. I ain't gained any of the weight back in the last 4 since I lost the weight. Look at that. Before and after, wearing the same clothes. I'm wearing the same clothes to let you know, like, hey, listen. I know a thing or two about losing some weight. I know what to tell you. I know a thing or two about losing some weight. Yeah. The question now, the next question is, ask me how many calories did I count during that time when I lost all the weight? I ain't counting calories. I ain't weighing any food. I didn't do any of that. I have many clients. I've had many clients over the years. And me included, have lost like hundreds of pounds, hundreds with an S, hundreds and hundreds of pounds. And ask me how many calories have they counted? Have any of them counted during that process? How many times did they weigh their food during that process? And the answer was going to be a resounding no. We just learned how to eat real food, real whole unprocessed foods. You get yourself a 50%, fill your plate with like this, 50% non-starchy veggies. This is how I eat now. Instead of doing all that counting of the calories, why don't you just do 50% non-starchy veggies? You're like, well, what the hell are non-starchy veggies, Kelley? Oh yeah, non-starchy veggies are the veggies that are low on the glycemic index scale. Onions, carrots, zucchini, broccoli, asparagus, cauliflower. These are ones that are low on the glycemic index. Greens like cabbage, kale, arugula, spinach. These are non-starchy veggies. Fill your plate with 50% non-starchy veggies, folks. 25% protein and fats. Proteins and fats. You know, well, what kind of protein, Kelley? Well, remember we talked about protein earlier. Lean, whole, unprocessed, as little processed as you possibly can. Leaner sources of protein like chicken, turkey, So whatever protein you choose, like I said, I don't tell people what protein to eat anymore. It's endless. Okay, so just make sure it's the leaner sources: chicken, turkey, eggs, steak, tofu, tempeh, fish. Things that are not lean are things like processed meats, things like bacon and salami and deli meats and all of that stuff. And for my folks, and bacon. And for my folks from Louisiana, boudin. Okay. A lot of folks from Louisiana and folks, crawfish, as I know crawfish, delicious as they are, crawfish is not clean eating, folks. All right. They call them mud bugs for a reason. Mud bugs. So those are not healthy. Those are not linear sources of protein. All right. Fats. Healthy fats. Avocados, nuts and seeds. The only 3 approved oils. What are the 3 approved oils? Avocado, coconut, olive. If it ain't avocado, coconut, or olive, then put it back on the shelf. Avocado, coconut, olive. If it ain't those 3, put it back on the shelf. Fats, more fats. Nuts and seeds, like I said, chia seeds. Things that are not healthy fats are, contrary to popular belief, things like milk or dairy. Cheese is not a healthy fat. Okay. I know it's going to be very, very controversial, but it's not. If you want to know more about cheese and why it's not on the clean eating plate, watch this documentary. It's a lecture called Utterly Amazing. Just watch this lecture called Utterly Amazing, and you will be utterly amazed on what the hell dairy really is. Okay? Utterly Amazing. UDDER. Put on by my man Walter Veith. The guy's a zoologist, so he knows a thing or two about animals in the wild. He knows a thing or two about milk. I'm telling you, watch this lecture. It's an 80-minute lecture. You watch this lecture, and you will view dairy a whole lot differently after watching this. But if you're a big fan of dairy, folks, don't watch it. If you love dairy, if you like, I ain't giving up my cheese for anything, don't watch it. But if you do care about your health, you should probably watch it. Okay? So that's fats. 25%. 25% carbs. Ooh, the last section. Carbs and fruit. Put those together. Let's put those together. Carbs and fruit. Why? Because they're going together in the same, and I'm going to put a down arrow over here as well. I'm going to put a down arrow right there. Why? It's because there's a very specific rule. You're like, hey, well, can I have carbohydrate? What carbs can I have? Yeah, you can still have your carbs. But you just got to obey a very specific rule, which is you can go down, but you can't go up. That's going to make sense here in a second. So I can play around with the percentages on all these other ones, but I can't go up on the carbs. That's the rule. It's one of the rules of the game, folks, of the games. You can have whatever kind of carbs you want, whether it's rice, whether it's, if you want pasta, make sure it's the kind of like lentil pasta or chickpea pasta, something like that. Not the regular pasta. Quinoa, farro, black rice. I just discovered black rice. Like, man, black rice is woo. Black rice is fire. Farro, if you've never had farro, that's fire too. So it's like black rice or farro. It's good stuff. Now you can have whatever kind that you want, fruit included, whether it's bananas, pineapples, or whether it's the lower glycemic index fruits like blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, strawberries, all the berries, kiwis, peaches. These are low glycemic index. High glycemic index are things like bananas and mangoes and grapes. There's a very specific rule when it comes to carbs. Think of carbs, think of fruit as a dessert. When you think of carbohydrates, when you think of fruit, think of dessert. So you're like, well, what does Kelley mean that I can eat whatever kind of carbs that I want? I just got to obey this specific rule. To eat the carbs, to get to the fruit, you've got to go through something first. You've got to go through the fiber, and you've got to go through the proteins and the fats. It's called putting clothing on your carbs. So this is the reason that you can have whatever kind that you want, as long as you're eating the fruit and think of it as a dessert. So your veggies first, your proteins and your fats, followed by your carbohydrates. So I say that to say, never eat carbohydrates on an empty stomach. Never eat a big bowl of black rice just by itself. Just wake up like, oh, I'm gonna eat a big bowl of black rice, or eat a big bowl of brown rice, or eat a big bowl of porridge or oatmeal on an empty stomach. You gotta make sure you have some clothing on it first. Don't be eating your carbs naked. I'm going to say that again. That's very incorrect English, but I'm going to say it again. Don't be eating your carbohydrates naked. Put some clothing on it first, aka fats, proteins. Proteins, fats, veggies, fiber. Yeah. Folks, you can make your life so easy. Check it out. You can make your life so easy that you can get yourself one of these plates. It's called the clean eating plate, folks. Look at this. The clean eating plate. Doesn't that look familiar? Look at that. That looks really familiar, doesn't it? Yeah, looks real familiar. Very familiar. It's called the clean eating plate, folks. 50%, look at that. 50% right here, boom. 25% right here, boom. The other 25% right here, look, boom. So what do you mean? What do you mean, Kelley? You can't go up. You say, Kelley, you can't go down on the carbs. What do you mean by that rule? Okay, let's play around with the percentages. Look at this plate, folks. Look, I got a label for you. 50, 25, 25. 50% non-starchy veggies, 25% proteins and fat, 25% carbs. But let's just say you're working out like me, like you're hitting the gym, or if you work out a lot like this guy, Dragonfly Jones. If you work out a lot like Dragonfly Jones does, maybe you want some more protein. So you flip your plate. So instead of it being 50% non-starchy veggies, you can flip your plate and do 50% protein. Isn't that cool? You can take your plate with you everywhere. You can take your plates with you to the hangout. If you're hanging out or with some friends, you can take you can even take your plate with you to the restaurant. You can even take it with you to the restaurant. People are like, dude, what are you doing with this plate? Well, it's either bring my plate or count freaking calories, okay? Or weigh my food. I'm taking my plate with me everywhere I go. You go to like I said, you go to a friend's house and they're cooking, they got some food, and they got anything remotely close to this, man, just grab your plate. Be like, yo, I'm still losing weight. You're still hanging out with the people. You're still mingling without having to worry about, dang, I can't hang out with Susan. Because hold on, Susan, I got to count my calories. Hold on. Hold on, Chuck. I'll talk to you in a second. I got to count these calories first. Like, who wants to do that at the party? So instead, get yourself a clean eating plate. Play around with these percentages. 50%. You want 50% veggies? Great. You want 50% protein? Great. But you can change the proteins and the fats and all that stuff, but you cannot change the carbs. You cannot go up on the carbs. You can only go down. That is the only rule, folks. Well, there's more rules, but that rule, it's a lot of rules of the game. But that rule right there, very, very important rule. So let's get to it. Let's see. Any questions on this? Are there any questions on the clean eating plate? This is the start of it, folks. Like I said, if you need help with this, folks, you need help with this clean eating plate. If you're just like, Kelley, man, I don't know where to start, man. Like, the doctor has given me the warning signs, but no real roadmap. Then I got you. Because the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is calling your name. The 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is for you. Like I said, doctor say, listen, man, your check engine light is on. We need to get this thing fixed now. Okay. But they haven't really give you the map. They just say, go lose some weight or something and eat more veggies or something. That's what the doctor tells you. Okay. They gave you the warning signs, but no real roadmap. Then this 14-day challenge, folks, is the roadmap. The 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is that map right here. 14 days. We're getting serious. We're getting busy on nutrition. We're talking about lowering your A1C. There have been people who have joined this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge and have taken their A1C from an 8 to a 6. And they've been taken off of their glipicides and metformins and all of that. All because, and GLP-1s included, in 2 weeks from the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That is the power of, what are we doing? Clean eating. You folks really don't understand the power of clean eating. If you've gotten to the point where change isn't just desire, where you say, listen, damn it, this is my day. I'm so disgusted with this condition, man, this condition. I've had this condition for many years. Like 15 years, 20 years, man, I've had this condition. Like, I got to go to the doctor in like another couple months. I got to go to the doctor again. Like in December, I got to go to the doctor. But I don't know how my numbers are going to be, man. I want to get my numbers down, but I don't know how to do it. If that's you, then you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That's you. All right. Like I said, almost 300 people have joined this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. You show up, you do the work, and you do it again tomorrow. Show up, do the work, do it again tomorrow. That's all you got to do. Because the blueprint's already laid out for you. The plan is already laid out for you. What to eat, when to eat, how often to eat. All you got to do is follow the blueprint. Just like so many other people have done. And you are going to get off of that blood sugar roller coaster. If that's what you want, a lot of people said that they want to get their A1C to a 5.3. A lot of people said that they know that they could do it. If they had a blueprint, if they had a roadmap, if they had someone who's been there before and they knew how to do it because they've done it themselves, that's what I'm looking for. If that's you, if that's what you're looking for, then you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It's $99 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. But if you use the live discount code, there's a live discount code, ENERGY. Use that discount code. You're joining the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge for $79 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. And to finally, like I said, for real, if you show up and do the work, you're gonna get off of that roller coaster. You ever been on that roller coaster and you can't find the brakes? If that's you, then jump on this challenge, jump onto this challenge so that you can get off the ride for good. You ain't no more brakes. We getting off of the roller coaster for good. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. $99 to join that challenge. ENERGY. That's the discount code, ENERGY. Why is it ENERGY? Because if your energy has been missing for longer than your gym membership, then the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is your search party. It's the search party. Okay? This is making sense to y'all, folks. Put a health yes in the chat if it's making sense on what it is that you gotta do, what clean eating is, what it is that you got to do, like where can I get some help, Kelley? In any of that stuff, throw it in the chat. I got you. Let's see. I never heard of black rice. Yeah, black rice is fire. I like the Barilla Plus pasta. Oh, I need help. Okay, Vanessa, you say you need help. You need help. I see you, Vanessa. If you say that you need help, then if that's you, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. I was told no fruit, no carbs by a dietitian. Well, you hang out with me, I'm going to show you how to eat that stuff. They're specific. They say that to say if you don't know how to eat it correctly. If you don't know how to eat it correctly, yeah, no, none of that stuff. But it's not about depriving yourself. It's about what you do most of the time. You don't actually need the carbohydrates. They're great to have. You don't need them. What you need is the fats and the protein. So it's not that you can't have them. It's just the right amount. It's kind of like a flower, a rose. If you take a rose and you give it the right amount of water, great, it's going to flourish. But if you give a flower or a rose too much water, then it's going to drown. Okay? The flower's going to die. But yeah, Vanessa, you need help? You should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. What are your thoughts on protein pasta? A lot of people have been asking me about protein pasta. I got to look into it. I got to look into the ingredients, but I don't know. That's my thought. I haven't really looked into it. I'm gonna check it out though. What are your thoughts on protein pasta? Yeah. Well, where do I put the code? You put the code in right on step number 2. When you're going in, you put the code in and it says, hey, what is the code? Right before you check out of the challenge, it says, hey, where do you put the code? Or where's the code? The code goes right there. Yes. How much do you eat a day? Well, it depends. It depends on you. It depends on you. Whether you are eating 2 or 3 times a day. What is your body asking you? What is your body saying? Does it say, I ate 1 meal, I ate 2 meals, I'm good? Or do your body say, listen, I need 3 meals today? So it's totally up to you and your body and how you feel. It's called intuitive eating. What's the code again? The code is energy. Energy is the code, Lawrence. If you want to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, the live discount code is energy. Let me get some water because I need some energy. Yeah, delicious. Okay. What's the code again? Yep, energy. All right. Yes, I do 2,000 calories a day, but I go over sometimes. My head's hurting though. Yes, I don't know. What's the question though? Yes, I do. Are you saying you eat 2,000 calories a day, but you go over sometimes and your head is hurting? Yeah. Is this due to insulin resistance? What's your A1C? You having troubles with your blood sugar? Tell me what's going on there. Question is, where's the link to join? The link to join is if you click right here, you click on my picture again. The link to join the challenge is here. Click here, up here, click on my picture again, and you're gonna come to this. You're gonna come right here, folks. And it's the same thing over here on my other socials as well. You click that link in my description, and it's going to take you to a link right here. Click that link, and here's the challenge right there. The 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is right there, folks, in orange. It's the one that's in orange, the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Now, the challenge, like I said before, it is a nutrition blueprint. It is for people who have said that change isn't just desired. They're ready to take this dang on number seriously. They've avoided it for way too long. If that's you, then you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you've avoided it for way too long, you should join this challenge. Every morning, you've got two choices. Either wake up, every morning you have two choices. Continue to sleep with your dreams or wake up and chase them. That's it. You got two choices. Continue to sleep with your dreams or wake up and chase them. It's the day you're going to wake up and continue to just, sleep with the dreams, or the days you're going to wake up and say, hey, I'm chasing my dreams today. A lot of people say that they wanted to get their number back to a 5.3. A lot of people probably say, listen, I just don't have the roadmap, Kelley. I don't know what to do. I'm ready to get up and chase my doggone dreams. But I can't do it because all this inflammation and everything is holding me back. Now you've got the choice. It's all about choices. I always tell people it's all about choices. It's the choices that you make that will determine tomorrow's future. The choices that you make today will determine if you're going to be in great health or if you're going to be in poor health. It's what the choices that you make in your 20s and 30s are the choices that are now caught up to you when you're in your 40s. Like it caught up for me, aka diabetes, heart disease, obesity. That caught up to me when I turned 40. So when I turned 40, I got all these diagnoses in diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. That was like some extreme stuff. That was some extreme stuff. So I wanted to get some extreme results. Here it is. I got some extreme results right here. I got some extreme results. But here's the thing. I had to do some extreme stuff. To get what I wanted, to get extreme results, I had to do extreme stuff. And completely overhauling my diet, my lifestyle, completely doing all of that stuff, how I was eating. Yeah. Extreme stuff. Back to this clean eating plate. If you want one of these plates, we're talking about these plates. You want one of these plates, you can get one out of my TikTok showcase. My TikTok showcase, I got a lot of these plates. They're like $13 to go get one of these plates. You need one of these plates in your life. To play this game, you're going to need one of those plates, folks. It's called the clean eating plate. Go get one out of my showcase. Where's the link to join? Yeah. Do you calorie count? No, you must have just missed that one, folks. You missed that one. We don't count calories on my programs. There are many people who have lost hundreds of pounds, hundreds and hundreds of pounds. Nobody has ever counted a single calorie. Here's the thing. If you're in one of my programs and you're talking about you counting calories, we're going to kick you out. Now, we kicking you out of the group, man. Like, no, bro. Like, what are you doing? That's not life. Life is, it's not, counting calories is not real life. I'm not diagnosed or anything, but I used to have low blood sugar, but recently had a 5.7. Okay? 5.7 is in the danger zone. Let's go back to this plate a little bit more, folks. I said there's a specific order that you eat your food. 1, 2, 3. Specific order that you eat your food. 1, 2, 3. Non-starchy veggies. Think of it like this. When do you eat? Think of the order in which you eat your food. You know how people got that little saying like fiber, fat, protein, FFPS, like something like that. Fiber, fat, protein. Who remembers? But there is an easier way to remember that. Just think of it like this. Think of it like this, folks. 1, 2, 3. When you go to the restaurant, what's the first thing that the waiter brings out? Oh yeah, they bring out doesn't the waiter bring out the non-starchy veggies first? He brings out the salad. He or she will bring out the salad. You be like, yo, house salad or Caesar salad? That's what they'll say. House salad or Caesar salad, sir? Am I right or am I right? So they bring out the veggies first. Boom. Number two, proteins and fats. And somebody just joined the challenge. Shout out to them. Shout out to you for joining the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Your life is never going to be the same again. Your blood sugar is not going to be the same again. Shout out to you. Hope you use that discount code ENERGY, which I know you did. Shout out to you. Join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. All right, here we go. Back to it. At the restaurant, number 1, how do you eat your food? Non-starchy veggies, number 1. Number 2, when you're at the restaurant and they're bringing out all the foods, don't they say, hey, sir, when they're bringing out the foods, you're like, hey, that's mine. I ordered the fish. Ooh, I ordered the steak. Ooh, I ordered the chicken. Oh, no, I ordered the turkey. No, I ordered the tofu. No, I ordered the tempeh. Don't they bring that out next? The main course. That's what they bring out next at the restaurant. So this is the order you eat your food, folks. This will help with blood sugar spikes. Now, is it the end all be all? No, it's not like magic or anything. It's not saying that you can eat whatever you want still and just be like, yo, as long as you follow this rule, you can just like stuff yourself silly. And then you'll be good with your blood sugar. No. It's a tool. It helps. The order in which you eat your food, is it the end all be all? No, it's not the end all be all. It may help it by like, instead of your blood sugar spiking like up to 30, it may go to like 25, 22, 20, may shoot up 20 instead of 30. Or maybe 25, just depends. But here's the thing, every little bit helps. Every little bit helps when it comes to your overall blood sugar, your overall A1C. So every little bit helps. So this is a nice little hack, as we call it. It's a hack. So number 1, veggies. Number 2, proteins and fats. Number 3, section number 3 that you eat last, folks. Section number 3 is dessert. Don't they, when you're at the restaurant, don't they come out and they say, hey, would you like to see the dessert menu? They'll ask you that. Would you like to see the dessert menu? And you got an option at this point, don't you? Don't you have an option at this point? You can either say, yes, I'd love to see the dessert menu. Or you can kindly say, no, sir, I would not like to see the dessert menu. Sir, I am stuffed. Okay? That's section number 3. Think of carbohydrates. Think of fruit. Like I said earlier, think of that as a dessert. You're like, Kelley, well, that's probably one of the most bizarre things I've ever heard. Think of that as a dessert. Why would I want to think of carbohydrates and fruit as a dessert? Like, why would I want to do that, Kelley? Well, it's because these are the stuff that's going to spike your blood sugar. These are the things that are going to raise your blood sugar, the carbohydrates and the fats. It's what's going to raise your blood sugar. So if you eat these other sections first, it gives you kind of like some little protection. Like I said, is it the end all be all? No, it's not the end all be all. It's not like magic. You can still eat whatever you want. It's just every little bit helps. Every little bit counts. Every little thing that you can do to, keep your blood sugar at bay. If you're suffering from insulin resistance, you want to do everything in your power to keep your blood sugar at bay. So that's why carbs are last. It's optional too. So you don't actually need that section. Just like at a restaurant, you'd be like, I'm good. No. Or yeah, let me see the dessert menu. It's optional. Same thing with the carbohydrates and the fruits. They're great to have, but they're optional. Because all your body needs to really survive are fats and protein. Like if you stripped your body all the way down to like bare bones, like what would your body need to survive? It would need proteins and fats, and it would need phytonutrients from plants. This is where you get the plants. Phytonutrients. So that's what your body would need. It wouldn't need carbohydrates. It wouldn't need that section. Great to have, but don't need it. It's kind of like giving the right amount is great. Let me say that. The right amount of carbohydrates is great. Kind of like the analogy I gave with the watering of the flower. If you give the flower the right amount of water, fantastic. That flower, he or she it's going to thrive. But if you give that flower too much water, oh my goodness, now the flower is going to die. Do not give your flowers too much water, aka your body, aka carbohydrates. It's kind of like giving your flower too much water. The right amount is great. That's why now is it making sense for this down arrow? Remember the down arrow if you're just joining us, or if you're not just joining us. Earlier we said we can go down, but we can't go up. Remember that? That is the importance of the down arrow. Part of the game. You can go down, but you can't go up, folks. So if this is making sense to y'all on these sections right here, we hope you guys are taking notes. We're building our plate. Hope y'all are taking notes because we are building our plate. Now let's get to your Q&A. This is the Q&A part of the live, folks. So what questions do you got in relation to this and blood sugar, weight loss? Like what are the questions that you got? What's been on your mind? Like, man, Kelley, what happens if I eat this with that? Is that okay? What about breakfast? What about all this stuff? What is for breakfast? All of that, Kelley, can you tell me? You know what I mean? Like, what are the questions that y'all got? Y'all got any questions over here, folks? Don't be bashful. Right? I told you earlier, if you need help with this, you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If your blood sugar is spiking more than the rent, then you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Because you know that rent is spiking. Every year it goes up. The rent is, woo! Your blood sugar is spiking more than that. It's time to join this challenge. It's time to step outside of your comfort zone and say, you know what? I am no longer in my comfort zone. Because here's the thing. Everything that you want, literally, everything that you want, but you do not have it yet, it is literally on the other side of something hard. That's why I call it a 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Everything that you want and don't have is outside of your comfort zone. Some people will join the challenge and they'll say it's hard. Yeah, that's why it's called a challenge. But if you want something extreme, if you want extreme results, you're going to have to do extreme stuff. And the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is hard. But it's hard for a reason. Because everything you want is on the other side of that. What is it that you want? Oh, yeah, you wanted your A1C back to a 5.3. That's what a lot of people said that they wanted. They want their A1C back to a 5.3. You want your A1C back to a 5.3. Very first step is to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. You're just joining us. If you've been on that blood sugar roller coaster for many years and you just can't get off and the blood sugar roller coaster and you just can't find the brakes, then this is going to be your stop, okay? The 14-day challenge is going to be that stop. Be like, we're getting off of this roller coaster. Enough with all the highs, enough with all the lows. Okay, don't want to get amputated. But there's some work. If I want to keep my toes, I know that there's some work I'm going to have to do. One of the steps is going to get yourself one of these clean eating plates too. But this is the work. You're going to have to show up. How do you get these results? How do you get the results of an A1C at a 5.3? You're going to have to show up. You're going to have to do the work. You're going to have to do it again the next day. All right? Everybody wants something different. We want something different. We want different results. This is what everybody wants. But then we wake up the next day and then we wonder why we haven't gotten different results. It's because we kept doing the same old thing. Nothing changed. If nothing changes, nothing is going to change. I can promise you that. Has anything changed? If you've been suffering from insulin resistance and diabetes in the last, I don't know, let's just say 10 years. If you've been suffering from this in the last 10 years, insulin resistance, and what's changed in the last 5-10 years or so? I can probably tell you. I don't know you, but I can tell you that this is probably, I just know how it goes because I've been there. The only thing that's going to change in 5 or 10 years, if you change nothing, is going to be your prescription. If you change absolutely nothing about your situation, just like you just keep on doing what you've been doing. 5 years from now, the probability of them are very high. The only thing that's changing is your prescription to a higher dose. The probability is very, very, very high. So the thing is, you're like, this is the only time that two people will change. This is the only time that people will change. This is the only time that most people will take action. It's when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change. That is when they'll change. That's the only time that they will change. 2 times. Here it is. Pain. This is when people will change. If they're getting enough pain. Let's just say diabetes. Let's just say type 2 diabetes is just like really been getting at them for many, many years. And it just got to the point where it's just like, yo, bro, the pain is so bad. Like, I don't want to lose anymore. I don't want to get this amputated any. I want to keep my other leg. That pain of I want to keep my vision. It's the only time that human beings will change. Pain and the fear of future pain. That's the only time. Isn't that crazy? Pain and the fear of future pain. But yet human beings are the only species that can freaking change it all. A dog can't change their situation. A cat can't change their situation. A mouse can't change their situation. Or a rooster can't change his situation. You know what I mean? Fish can't change its situation. A tree can't change its situation. Human beings are the only species that can change their situation. Why? Through the power of choice. We've got the power to choose if we want to eat clean or if we want to eat crap. A lot of people ask me, well, Kelley, well, what's the cheat meal? Is there a cheat meal? When can I have a cheat meal, Kelley? And I'm saying, well, no. It's not about a cheat meal. It's about what you do most of the time. It's about what you do most of the time that matters the most, folks. So there's no such thing as there's no such thing as a cheat meal. Like I said earlier, remember in clean eating is eating whole, real, unprocessed foods predominantly. That's what the word predominantly means. Mostly. Can you have some cheat meals, as we call it, every once in a while? Sure, you can have some cheat meals. Sure. That's what you want to call it. Every once in a while. All right, cool. But it's about what you do most of the time that matters the most. clean eating plate. If this is making sense to y'all folks, put a health yes in the chat. This clean eating thing is making sense to y'all folks. If it's all coming together. Let's see. I didn't get any money. We didn't get a lot of questions. We didn't get a lot of questions. It's your Q&A time, folks. Any questions? We didn't get a lot of questions on this clean eating plate. But if not, we're going to go to the next thing. But if you want to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, like I said, if you get to the point where change isn't, you just like, yo, I'm sick of it, man. I'm raising my hand. I need help. If you say that's you, then you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If that's you, Yvette, you say that's you, I'm ready. Use that discount code ENERGY. You're joining the challenge for $79 instead of $99. Pre-diabetes, same thing. So if it's pre-diabetes, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Pre-diabetes, you're welcome in the challenge as well. You should join the challenge as well. So if you're suffering from pre-diabetes, gestational diabetes, PCOS, erectile dysfunction, any form of insulin resistance, you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. You should use that discount code ENERGY. It's going to be life-changing stuff, I promise you. You show up, you do the work, you're going to, and do it again tomorrow for 14 days, you're going to get yourself off of that blood sugar roller coaster. People are like, well, 3 months, Kelley. Like, how you can't lower your A1C in 3 months, Kelley. I mean, in 14 days, Kelley. Yeah, doesn't it take 3 months? This is the arguments I get. I say, well, yeah. However, there's this little thing called hemoglobin, red blood cells, and they turn over every day. And if you put less sugar, if you have less sugar on the new ones that are being regenerated every day, you can put a huge dent in your overall A1C in as little as 14 days. Many people who have joined the challenge have done it. But these are the people who wanted extreme results, though. A lot of people say they want extreme results. That's me. I want it now. So people who have gotten off of their glipizide, gotten off of their metformins in 14 days. The doctor took them off their medication. I didn't take them off their medication. I don't have the authority to take folks off their medication. I'm not the doctor, for crying out loud. What does the challenge teach you? And how to eat, what to eat, and that type of thing. Yes. All of the above, Sheba. All of the above. It is a nutrition blueprint. It teaches you how to eat, what to eat. Yes. I'm going to give you the blueprint for 14 days. If you follow this blueprint, which, like I said, almost 300 people have almost 300 people have joined the challenge so far. You follow this blueprint. Same blueprint that I use, same blueprint that all the other folks have used. You're going to get off of that blood sugar roller coaster. 14 days, lock in. All you got to do is show up and do the work. I've got you on the recipes. I've got you on what to eat. Got you on that. All you got to do is follow it. Is it going to be hard? Yeah, it's going to be. It's called the challenge. It's called the challenge. But like I said, if you want extreme stuff, like a lower A1, like getting off your meds and all that stuff, if you want extreme stuff like that, and keeping your vision and getting your A1C to 5.3, that's extreme stuff. You're going to have to do extreme stuff. In the 14-day challenge, it is a challenge. It's not going to be easy. But if it were easy, everybody would do it, right? You know the saying. But it's a nutrition blueprint. All we're doing is eating real, whole, unprocessed foods. That's it. That's it. That's all your body. You give your body what it wants, what it needs, and it will heal itself. It wants to heal. It doesn't want to have, trust me, folks, your body does not want to have high blood sugar. Your body doesn't want to say, you know what, I got high blood sugar. Your body doesn't want to do that, folks. Your body wants to run like a well-oiled machine, as they say. It doesn't want to have, Trust me, your body doesn't want to have the check engine light on. Don't you hate seeing that check engine light come on in your car? You're like, oh, the check engine light, damn it. Oh, okay. When you start getting all this inflammation and talking about neuropathy and all of that stuff, this is your check engine light. You got to be the same way as you are with your car, as you got to be with your own body. Don't neglect your body, folks, because neglect is silent, but its consequences, are loud. So after the 14-day challenge, you still have to keep doing the things to learn every day. Yeah, you got to learn every day. You got to learn every day. You got to keep on maintaining your pace. That's what it's called. Maintaining your pace. There's a lot more to learn. In the challenge, all we cover is the C, which is clean eating, and clean eating of the PACE formula. We cover the C. There's 4 other areas, though. There's peaceful mind, stress management, activity, and sleeping. Can't cover all of those in 14 days. So the 14-day challenge is a streamlined approach. We're just going straight for the C. Now, if you want to go beyond the challenge, that's called beyond the challenge. If you want to go beyond, if you want to keep the thing going, you say, listen, Kelley, 14-day challenge was great. We put a huge dent on my A1C. I got off the blood sugar roller coaster. The doctor took me off of my meds. Great, Kelley. But check it out, man. Like, listen, that was all good and everything, man. But here's the thing. After those 14 days, people are like, well, what's next? I want to lose more weight. Here's how you can lose more weight. Go beyond the challenge. 8 more weeks. You hang out with me for 8 more weeks where we teach you all the other areas. Peaceful mind, aka stress management, activity, sleeping. We teach you the rest. So we're 8 weeks, and that is a full transformation. You want to get a full transformation? You want to go from being, for people to unrecognize, so you be unrecognizable, okay? That's what happens on Beyond the Challenge. Good morning. What's up, Catherine? Happy Friday. TGIF. Shout out to you. Okay, what's the cost of where do I sign up for the challenge? It's $99 to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, Sheba. But if you use the live discount code, you're knocking 20% off of the price. It is $79 to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. And where do you join? Right here. Here's where you join the challenge, folks. There's a lot of freebies on my page as well. But if you're serious, if you say, listen, I'm serious about serious, that's me. If that's you, you ready to get off that roller coaster, you should join that challenge. Where do you go? You click right here, and then you click on my picture again. And you come right here. Same thing over here on my other socials as well. You're going to click that link in my description if you're on my other socials. But here it is right here. This link, folks, is like Disney World. There's a lot of goodies on here. Quiz, masterclass, all free stuff. But for my folks who are ready for serious change, you've gotten to the point where you say, like I said, change is not just desired. It's downright necessary. You're backed into a corner. You have no choice but to make a different move. If you have no choice but to make a different move, then you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you've been forced to get to, if you've been putting your back against the wall, like, dang it, my numbers have gotten too high. They said I got to change or this is going to happen. Because that's what it takes for a lot of people. It takes for it to get serious. And we don't take anything serious until it gets serious. If it's already gotten serious for you, then you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If your situation has gotten serious when it comes to insulin resistance, if it's gotten serious, you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Now, it's $99 to join that challenge. Here's what you get. Here's all the goodies and all that stuff, what you get. All of that. It's $99 originally, normally, to join the challenge. But if you use that discount code ENERGY at checkout, ENERGY, because it's for people who have lost their energy. You want to get your energy back. You use that discount code ENERGY. You're going to get your energy back. But you got to show up and do the work first. Just don't think you're going to get the energy back because you joined the challenge. No, no, no. That's not about joining the challenge. It's about doing the work once you get in the challenge. That's what it is. That's where the magic happens. And there's some go-getters out there, right? Are you going to be one of those go-getters? Be like, listen, I'm a go-getter. I'm going to get my number back to the shoe. You ain't going to beat me. Even though it's not a competition. It's just to challenge yourself. It's not to challenge other people. It's just to challenge yourself. That's really what it's about. Let's just be clear. It's to challenge yourself. But for real, folks, your A1C will not drop by itself. It's going to need some help. If you need help, you should join that 14-day, this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That's it. That's what I got for you. But there's a lot of freebies on there as well, too. There's the quiz. You can go take that quiz. If you haven't taken that quiz, it's a master class. Go register for the master class where I break down the lifestyle medicine formula. Okay. What else is there? A PDF. There's a free PDF. Ooh. You can go book a call. People can book a call. Man, there's a lot of this. I'm telling you, it's like Disney World for diabetic. You know how when you were a kid, right? And you couldn't have your mom. It was Halloween's coming up like next week or something, or this week or next week or whatever. Next week, I think it is. Halloween's coming up next week. And remember when you were a kid and used to go trick-or-treating and your mother would not let you eat all of the candy? Your mom would come back from trick-or-treating and your mom would like take all of the candy and she wouldn't let you have it and she'd hide it somewhere. Well, now, and you just wanted to eat that candy all up. Well, now, as an adult, the reason I built this page this way is because it's like Halloween. That's why I got my hand out there. It's like Halloween, folks. If you're suffering from diabetes, high blood sugar, this is your Halloween. This is your Halloween. Just go in there and grab up all of that stuff and just all of that stuff. It's all for blood sugar. It's all related to blood sugar. Just go eat up all the candy that you want right here. And say, Mom, we love your mother. We love your moms, but we about to eat all this candy right here. There's a lot of stuff on this page. If you're suffering from insulin resistance, you can just grab and just eat it all up. The 14-day, if you have not joined, that is the creme de la creme. That is like, if you have not joined that challenge, if you're a person, you say, I'm struggling with this condition, and you haven't joined this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge yet, you say, damn it, my blood sugar has been high for so long. I'm ready to get off of this roller coaster. I will do anything to get my number to a 5.3. I am ready to show up. I am ready to do the work. I am ready to do it again tomorrow. If you say, damn it, I'm ready to do that to get what I got to get, then you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. All right? You have to be willing to sacrifice what you used to be in order to get what's supposed to be. I'm going to say that again. You have to be willing to sacrifice what used to be in order to get what's supposed to be. And what are you supposed to be doing? You're supposed to be out playing the frisbee with your kids. You're supposed to be out at the beach and just enjoying life and laughing and running with the kids, and you and your spouses getting old together and walking on the beach, and that's the vision that's what the envision that you have. But that's the vision that you have. But the reality is I'm suffering from diabetes and high blood sugar, and type 2 diet and erectile dysfunction and PCOS. Yeah. If you're ready for change, folks, then you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Let's see. That's it. That's it. Any questions, folks? Let's go to the next. If there's no questions, we're going to go to the next topic. We're still going on this clean eating plate. We still haven't even gotten to breakfast yet. Here it is. Breakfast, it's a savory breakfast. That's what you eat. It's called a savory breakfast. That is a protein, a fat, and a carbohydrate. Well, not a carbohydrate, sorry. Not the carbohydrate. A protein, a fat, and a non-starchy veggie. A protein, a fat, and a veggie. You're like, Kelley, well, what's for breakfast? What should I be eating for breakfast every single day? A protein, a fat, and a non-starchy veggie. Give me some examples of that, Kelley. Well, an example could be this. An example could be chicken and broccoli and an avocado. Chicken, broccoli, avocado. That could be it. Something as simple as that. It could be tofu. You can split a tofu in half, use it as bread, make it as a toast, put some avocado over the top, sprinkle you some pico de gallo on it. Woo, you're in there. That's a savory breakfast, folks. That is what you want. You do not want a sweet breakfast. A sweet breakfast is going to send your blood sugar to the moon. So if you're eating section 3 all the time, that's going to send your blood sugar to the moon. I eat breakfast sometimes, avocado, chicken, and Italian potato salad. See, the potato salad, that's not a savory breakfast. But you had it till you did the potato salad. So the potato salad, that's section 3. That's the carbohydrate section. Right? Now, if you want to do a potato salad, okay, great. You can do that later on throughout the day, preferably at lunchtime. But starting off your day with section 3, a carbohydrate, it's going to send our blood sugar a little bit higher than what we want in the morning. So let's just keep it savory. Let's focus on protein in the morning. Load up on protein. It's called in the morning. You load up on protein and then veggies on the side and with an avocado. So that's breakfast, half and half. You just fill your plate. Breakfast, all you do is you fill your plate half and half. Half protein, half non-starchy veggies. What kind of protein? Well, like I said, whatever, fish, chicken, turkey, tofu, tempeh, whatever it is, just make sure it's the leaner sources. Followed by non-starchy veggies, 50% non-starchy veggies. You could do a salad. You could do like carrots. You could do broccoli. You could do all of that. You could do cauliflower. Savory breakfast, folks. You do that, I'm telling you, whoo, it's gonna save your day. It's gonna make you so unbelievably feel good. You're just gonna feel good. Instead of crashing at 3 p.m., you know how you crash at 3 p.m., folks? Woo! You go up, you're down. You go up, you're down, and you crash. That's it. Savory breakfast. All right, last category, and then we'll wrap up the clean eating plate, folks. And it is beans. Beans are the great equalizer. The beans are resistant starch. The reason that beans are so great is because when you eat the beans, you cannot digest the beans. So that in turn causes your pancreas to release insulin a lot slower because they're resisting digestion. You can't digest these things. So to get digested, yeah, they're raising your blood sugar, but they're doing it so slowly that insulin has the time to come in and bring it back down. It's a beautiful combination. Beans and your blood sugar. It's amazing. But also beans are important for great gut health as well. So if you want great gut health, you should add some beans to your diet. Things like pinto beans, black beans, navy beans, cannellini beans, garbanzo beans, chickpeas, all these different types of beans. Fantastic stuff. So are there any questions on anything related to this clean eating plate? So you wake up, you wake up the next day, you just do it all over again. Clean eating plate, boom. You just keep it going in a circle. Get your A1C. Look, all this stuff's a circle, folks. Get your A1C back to a 5.3. That's a good range. You're gonna have to get to work because it ain't gonna get to work by itself. This is a whole lot better, folks. A whole lot better than counting and weighing and all that stuff with your food. Nobody wants to count. Nobody wants to weigh their food. Nobody wants to do all that stuff. Yeah, the clean eating plate, it may seem like it's complicated. It may seem like, yeah, it's a lot of stuff, man. But here's the thing. It's not about getting it perfect. You do it enough and you see how your body responds. I'm going to sit down now. You do it enough. You do clean eating enough and you see how your body responds. It'll get easier. I promise you it will. It's the plate, it will get so easy. You just start using this plate and your life's going to get a whole heck of a lot easier. Clean eating plate. Get one of those out of my showcase. So folks, that's everything all clean eating. Any questions on anything that we covered? Let's see. Here we go. Any questions on anything we covered on anything clean eating? Clean eating going once, clean eating going twice. Because we're getting ready to get out of here. We're going to get out of here a little bit earlier today. Lately, we've been getting out of here a little bit earlier. But typically, we'll go to noon. But depends on how many questions y'all got. If y'all got a lot of questions, we stay on. If not, then we get up out of here. You know what I mean? So we got other things that we could be doing. All right? But because we're here for y'all. I'm here for you. The questions that you have, the highlight of my day. Like, yo, whatever questions you got when it comes to this thing, all things clean eating, don't be bashful. Put it in the chat. Well, if do me a favor then, bebop that screen, double tap that screen, and share this live out with anybody that you know that is struggling with this condition. Anybody that you know that is struggling with a high A1C. Anybody that you know that's been struggling for many, many years. Are beans okay with breakfast? Yes, beans are great with breakfast. Beans can go in. Beans are the great equalizer. You can do the beans for breakfast. Absolutely. That is the exception. It is a starch. Remember, I said no starches for breakfast, but you can do beans for breakfast. That is the great equalizer. My A1C is 6.3. Should I continue to walk 5 miles a day? Yeah. If 5 miles a day, my A1C is 6.3. Well, I mean, where was it before? Is it going down, or is it moving? Are you okay with Sonia? Are you okay with the 6.3? Would you rather it go down? Is the 5 miles a day really getting to you? A lot of questions I want to ask you, Sonia. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that one until I get some more details. But okay, let me see. From Alec get avocado, tomato, potato. I'm not entirely sure what that one means. From Alec get avocado, tomato, potato. I'm not entirely sure what that one means, boss. But okay. Those are the questions. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. What's the question? Let's see. You asked the question. I'm going to get some water. You asked the question. I'm thirsty. Okay. Well, let's get back to it then. Type 2 diabetes, folks. Dietary and lifestyle driven condition. If there's no more questions. All right, here we go. I weigh myself every Friday. I told you the other day I lost 12 pounds. Today I'm down 14 in 31 days. Amazing, Becky Bex. Oh, that's what you said. Yeah, I remember you said 12 pounds the other day, and now you're down 14 pounds in 31 days. Congratulations to you, Becky Bex. Becky Bex has been taking the tips. She's been taking the tips, and she's just been running with them, right? Becky Bex didn't even join the challenge. She lost 14 pounds this month in the last 31 days just by doing this clean eating play right here, the 50, 25, 25. All right, 50, 25, 25. This is a little some of the stuff that I teach you, folks. Now, like I said, you can take this information. A lot of people can take this information, the information that I'm given, and they can run with it. They can say, yeah, listen, man, it's great information, bro, but I'm probably not going to do anything with it. That's called knowledge without action. It's just entertainment. Knowledge without action, folks, is just entertainment. Thank you, Becky. So I'm not up here to entertain you, folks. I'm here to give you the knowledge. So here's the knowledge. The knowledge is this. Don't let your learning lead to knowledge, or you'll become a fool. If you let everything that I teach you, say, hey, yeah, Kelley, I'm teaching you, you're teaching me a lot of stuff, but don't let your learning lead to knowledge. You can just got a lot of book smart, you know a lot of stuff, you read a lot of books, you learned a lot of stuff, but you didn't apply any of it. So knowledge without action is just entertainment. Don't let your learning lead to knowledge. You'll become a fool. But if you let your learning lead to action, you can do anything in the world. Okay? If you let your learning lead to action, you can do anything. If you've got enough reasons, you can do anything. Like I said before, like we proved it. We proved it earlier. If you're just joining us, we proved it earlier. We did a little scenario. I played a trick on everybody. And I proved to them that everybody has the ability to get their A1C to a 5.3. Everybody does. But most people just don't want it badly enough. Everybody has the ability to do it. But most people just don't want it as bad as they say that they do. These are facts. To get what you want, you're going to have to step outside of your comfort zone. To get your A1C to a 5.3, you're going to have to step way outside of your comfort zone. Because like I said earlier, everything that you want and don't have is outside of your comfort zone. So step out and everything you want is right there. Step out, folks. Let me turn my music back on. Let me turn my music back on over here. You step out, folks, and everything that you want is literally right there. See if we got any questions. Thank you for the Becky Bex for the hand hearts. Thank you for all the roses. Thank you very much. You're quite kind. Any other questions? Thank you for the hats. Thank you for all that stuff. Any other questions? If not, we're getting ready to get up out of here, folks. Like I said before, it is all about the choices that you make today. You want to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you say change isn't just desired, change is downright necessary. It's not just desired. It's downright necessary. If that's you, if you're ready for serious change, if you're ready to get off of that blood sugar roller coaster, then man, you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Well, what are we doing? I designed a nutrition blueprint for you that says if you follow these principles, it's the principles. These are principles in this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. These are principles. Principles don't care who you are, folks. They're principles. How do we join the challenge? Right here. Here's how you join the challenge. You click right up here, and then you click on my picture again, somewhere around here. So click right up here, click on my picture again. Here's how you join the challenge. I recommend the challenge to everyone. Thank you, Becky Bex. Thank you, Becky Bex. Thank you for doing that. But here it is right here. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It's for my people who have gotten right here to the point where change isn't just desired. Right here. Look at there. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. There's where it is. It is $99 you join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge to get in on this nutrition blueprint. You just follow the blueprint, folks. That's all you got to do. You just got to show up and do the work. Because I can't do the work for you. I can give you the blueprint. I can give you the plan. I can give you all the steps that are in place. But I cannot give you, I cannot do the work for you. You're going to know what to eat, when to eat, how much to eat. Like all of that's mapped out for you. Grocery lists, recipes, like all of that's mapped out for you. But I can't do the work for you. What's the work? Having a peaceful mind, having an active body, clean eating, the overall word, clean eating. In the 14-day challenge, we're just talking about clean eating. It is a blueprint. It is like boot camp. Imagine taking your blood sugar back to boot camp or to boot camp. If you've ever joined the military, you know what I'm talking about. When you go to boot camp, what is it everybody's doing? Everybody's doing the same stuff. Everybody's wearing the same clothes. Everybody's eating the same foods. Everybody's doing all the same stuff. They were all learning the same stuff. It's a blueprint. When I was in the Navy. Naval boot camp is a blueprint. If you follow this blueprint, week 1, this is what you do. Week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. Every week in boot camp, we're doing something different. But we're starting from the beginning. It's called basics. Basic training. It's what boot camp is. Basic training. So if your blood sugar has been all out of control for many years, it's been high, it's been low, it's been on a roller coaster. It needs to, if that's the case, if your A1C is way out of whack, if that's the case, then we need to take your blood sugar back to boot camp to AKA do a reset. This is what we're doing in that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. We're going to take your blood sugar back to boot camp. But here's the thing. Everybody has to do the same stuff, eat the same foods, get the same results. It's a blueprint. That is how I know that the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge will work for you, because they are principles. And principles do not care, again, who you are, black, white, Asian, Filipino, whatever creed you are, whatever. It doesn't matter. They're principles. Tall, short, whatever you are. Principles. That's what the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is all about. Like I said, folks, we're getting ready to get up out of here. So if you want to join that challenge, use that discount code ENERGY. You're joining the challenge, the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, life-changing stuff. You join that challenge for $79. the live discount code. Like I said, we're getting ready to get up out of here. But we'll be back. We'll be back tomorrow. We're here every day, except for Saturdays. We're here every day except for we're here every day except for Sunday, and then Sundays and Mondays now. We'll be back on Mondays coming soon, but right now we're taking Mondays off because we got some other stuff to do in the business on Mondays. But here's the thing. If you are ready for change, if you have gotten to the point where, like I said, you said you'd do anything to get off of this, to get your life back. If that's you, to get off of that blood sugar roller coaster. Two choices. Either we can complain about it, our blood sugar being high, or we can get better. You don't want that regret to kick in. You don't want it to be 5 years from now and be like, man, I should have did it. I could have did it, but I didn't. You don't want that. That's called regret, man. You don't want to live with regret. Regret is like, woo, I shoulda, woulda, coulda. Woo, you don't want that. You don't want that feeling. 5 years from now, man, I shoulda did everything in my power to get off of this blood sugar roller coaster. I could have, but I didn't. It's called a recipe for disaster. That's what it's called. But you got to flip that to say, I should have, I could have, and I did. You see the difference? Should, could, did. I did it. Now you don't have to live with regret, because regret is, I'm telling you, it's a son of a gun. You know what I'm saying? If you've ever experienced regret, like that's probably like the number one thing that I hear with people, especially when they get older. They just say, man, it's not the stuff that they did. Like, yo, the stuff, all the stuff that you did a lot of great stuff. But you want to know what haunts folks the most? It's the stuff they didn't do. That's the stuff that haunts them the most. And you had you started blaming your excuses. Like, man, all these excuses. Here's the thing. If your excuses are starting to sound like bedtime stories, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Okay? If they're starting to sound like bedtime stories, it's time to wake up and join that challenge, folks. If your excuse game is stronger than your insulin, then the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is calling your name, fam. For real. But for real, if the doctor has given you all the warning signs that says your insulin, your numbers are getting out of control, you got to take insulin. They're giving you the warning signs, but no real roadmap. The 14-day challenge is the map. I promise you it is. It's the blueprint. It's the keys to the castle. People have taken their A1C from an 8 to a 6. You've seen the stories. People have come in who haven't even joined the challenge. They haven't even joined the challenge, and they've taken their A1C from a 9.7 to a 6.6. It's because they're doing the work. You can take all the work, like I said, you can take all the stuff that I'm telling you on this live. You can take it and run with it. Some people will. Some people will take it and run with all this info. Some people have, like, some amazing results. People like, Kelley, I've lost 30 pounds just hanging out with you these last couple of months or so on the lives. It's because they're doing the work, though. But it's people who have joined the 14-day challenge, and they say, Kelley, listen, I need a tour guide, man. I need a roadmap. I need like somebody to hold my hand, like step by step by step by step by step. I'm that type of person. to go step by step by step. Can you help me? Yeah, I can help you. It's called the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Everything's free on my page. The quiz is free. If you have not taken the quiz, folks, go take the quiz. The masterclass, register for that masterclass. It's a free masterclass. But for my folks who are ready for serious change, it's the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Only thing I got to charge you for is the challenge. Why? It's because it's real people getting real results on this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you want to join that challenge, it's $99 to join that challenge. But while I'm live, which I'll be live for like 7 more minutes, while I'm live, you can use that discount code ENERGY. You're joining that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge for $79. All right, $79. Like I said earlier, everybody has the ability to do this. Most people just don't want it as badly as they say that they do. Why? Because of the comfort zone. We would love to stay inside of our comfort zone as much as we possibly can. But here's the thing. The only thing that grows inside of our comfort zone is regret. It is the only thing that grows there. And you don't want to live with regret, like I told you earlier. So to get what you want, you're gonna have to do something. You have to do something totally different. For things to be different, you're gonna have to be different. For things to change, you are going to have to change. Because it ain't gonna change by itself. I promise you. You can test. We can make a bet. We can make a bet right here that in 5 years, if nothing has changed, nothing is going to change. Politics are going to stay the same. Everything, the whole world, everything is going to stay the same. You can't control the macro events. You can't control the outside events. Only thing that you can control is your own thoughts, your own actions, and your own reactions. The second you realize that is when you gain great power. So all the outside world, that stuff, you can't change that stuff. But you can change yourself. You can't change anything in the outside world, but you can change yourself. So for things to change, you are going to have to change. What are you changing? Your lifestyle. Having a peaceful mind, having an active body, clean eating, effective sleep. The 4 areas of lifestyle medicine. There's 6 areas altogether. Alcohol and how you interact with other people. Those are the other 2 areas. Things like substance abuse, like I said, alcohol and cigarettes and all of that stuff. How you manage in those areas. So that's the thing about type 2 diabetes, folks. It is a dietary and lifestyle driven condition. We can find out, we can pinpoint something in one of those areas: stress management, activity, eating, or sleeping. We're going to pinpoint something in one of those areas. Oh, yeah, alcohol and all that stuff, to find out what the heck's, why is your blood sugar high? The answer is there. It's in one of those 6 areas. But I like to use a nice little formula. Maintain your pace. Having a peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. If you want to know more about that, you click that link in my bio as well, and you register for the masterclass. It's a free masterclass. All you got to pay is attention, folks. That's all you got to pay in this masterclass. That's all you got to pay is attention. Right? Pay with your attention. But if you're ready for serious change, if you're ready for say, listen, I'm ready to test myself. I'm ready to get outside of my comfort zone. My doctor is challenging, basically my doctor is challenging me to lose some weight. They don't think that I can do it. My doctor doesn't think that I can do it. So that's why they keep giving me all these medications. They don't think that I can do it by myself. If you hang out with me for 2 weeks, we're going to prove your doctor wrong. Okay? We're going to prove your doctor wrong. You hang out with me for 2 weeks. Just 2 weeks. That's all it takes. 14 days. That's it, folks. We're getting ready to get up out of here. I'm going to leave y'all with this. You want to join that challenge, use that discount code ENERGY. You join the challenge. But here's the thing, folks. And then we'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to leave y'all with something to think about. Every day, like I said, it's up to you. It's up to you whether you want to get your number back to this 5.3 or not. Everybody has the ability to do it. Everybody does. Most people just don't want it as badly as they say that they want it. So here's the thing. When we're born, we look like our parents. They'd be like, yo, who does he look like, man? Does he look like his mom? Does he look like his dad? Does he look like his great uncle? Who does he look like? Like, well, he looks like his dad. She looks like her grandma. You see, when we're born, we look like our parents. But when we die, we look like our choices.